Hey, welcome to an episode of King. Oh, wow, I say King's Kitchen. Lord have mercy. Kitchen Table Conversation, episode 2 for 2025. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a great day, a great holiday today, MLK Day. We need you to like and share this right now. Go if you're on the YouTube side of the house. I need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share also on YouTube. But I need you specifically to subscribe to our YouTube channel. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a great day. It's super cold outside. Very cold outside. Let me move. There we go. It's very cold outside today. Man, had a great weekend. Had a great day today. Today is MLK holiday. As we celebrate the life and all the good things, good deeds that Martin Luther King Jr. did over the years and what he still does today with his legacy, with his children and the vision and dreams and the goals and the aspirations that he gives people throughout the last 80 years of his life. Hopefully going another 80 to 100 to 1,000 years, his legacy lives on. We had a great day today. We started out our day at the food bank. Shout out to all the D9 across West Alabama. We had a great day at the food bank. We packed over 480 boxes for our senior citizens. They're going to be going out this week. It was a great time, great event. We had a lot of people out there to do a lot of great things. So those boxes will be going out to senior citizens in our community. It was a great event, great thing to do. Then we went on over to the march. Man, was it cold. Boy, when I say cold, I'm still cold. That's why I got this hoodie on now. I was gonna put me like little polo on and all that good stuff, but it was super cold. Super cold. But hey, we forged on and we marched on from MLK downtown to the city hall, where we had a mass rally of the footsteps of the city hall. SCLC, NAACP, all D9, all community organizations, citizens, students from the University of Alabama, students from Stillman College Band, Brown High School Band. We had a whole host of people. Shout out to TPD for allowing us to safely travel, safely walk from MLK Elementary all down to the City Hall. Shout out to them. Shout out to all the city officials that came out and participated with us. Man, it was great. It was great. So, yeah, great time. I know y'all probably watching the championship game. It's 14-7 right now, Ohio State. So just give us a few minutes, and we're going to be out your way, and you can get back to the game. Roll Tide, I don't care who wins. Alabama's not playing, so I can even turn it off and turn on Netflix and watch Bridezilla with my fiance. But yeah, great day, great times, great weekend. Today's guest, guys, it'll be District 6 incumbent City Councilman, Tuscaloosa City Councilman John Faile. He's gonna be coming on shortly, talking about his successes, his vision, maybe some failures, maybe some forecasts, what have you. Just talk to him, have a candid conversation. And remember, if you live in District 6, this is your time to listen and ask questions. We know we're going to have a lot of panels going forward, a lot of panels in the next few weeks, but we know a lot of us don't show up to those things. So now is the time. You'll have District 6 incumbent here in a few minutes, sitting in his seat, answering questions that you sent in, and you also have an opportunity to ask questions in the comment, in the chat room. So in the chat room on YouTube, you can ask a question, or the comment section chat room on Facebook, you can ask a question. We will ask those questions. Now I'm gonna tell you this, like I told you about Joe Eatman and Eric Gain. Let's not get crazy. We ain't gonna do nothing crazy, but hey, ask your questions. Let's have a good time. Now, moving on to the second part of this monologue. We got a commercial. We got an event coming up real soon. It's called it's Valentine's Day Sweetheart Dinner. It'll be right here at Kingsborough Events, 501 Hargrove Road East. It's going to be a great time, for a great opportunity for us more seasoned people to come out and enjoy a day of love with each other, with your sweetheart. You come out right here at Kingsborough Events. It's only $50, and a special guest will be Willie Jazzanova Davis. I heard he was mean on the saxophone, right? Yeah. saxophone. He was mean on the saxophone. So get your tickets. The link should be on the screen right now. And we're going to put it in the comment section also. So you can get the link, go purchase your tickets. Go do that today. You know, Valentine's Day is only like 3 weeks away. So fellas, if you missed out on Christmas, hey, this is a good time to make up for it. Get your sweetheart a ticket. Y'all come out, put some clothes on, come have some great food, great time, great fellowship. Also hear some great music from Mr. Jasnova Davis. So go get your tickets. The link is in the comment section. It's on the screen. Get your tickets today. Valentine's Day sweetheart dinner. And no, I'm not cooking the food, so you don't worry about getting sick. It's gonna be some great food. You hear me? But if I was cooking, you know, it'd still be good. It's at the grill. I won't. And anyway, we're gonna be right back with Mr. John Faile, incumbent city councilman with Tuscaloosa City Council District 6.
Okay, good. You got a good picture.
Hey, welcome back. We're back. Communication and finance with I don't know what we're gonna call it. What we're gonna call it? Kid table conversation. Caitlin. She ain't gonna say that. Anyway. We sit here with District 6 incumbent city councilman John Faile. John, how you doing, man?
Good. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes,
really
sir.
do.
Thank you for accepting the invitation and coming on, being a part of Kitchen Table. All right. So my first question is, who is John Faile?
You know, I grew up in Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in District 6, Rodney.
Okay, District 6.
I've lived there most all of my life, and I've been here in Tuscaloosa. I was a police officer here for 25 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then after that, I was the director of the Tuscaloosa County Juvenile Detention Center.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my professional career.
Okay.
But, you know, I've been very involved in our church. I'm a man of faith, and I believe that's very important. And I believe our council feels like that's very important. But it's something that we as a community need to be stronger with. And I might get an opportunity to talk about that a little bit more before we leave today. But yes, I've been here of service professionally 45 years. And during that time, you know, I coached youth basketball and baseball and different things like a whole lot of people do. And after I retired, I kind of got bored after about 3 years.
I understand the feeling.
And I'd been talking about running for public office, and a good friend of mine told me, said, John, if you don't do it now, you never will. So I went out and I knocked on about 4,000 doors 4 years ago, and did a lot of campaigning. And quite frankly, I wasn't sure that I had a chance in the world, but we got elected, and praise the Lord. It's been a great 4 years since I've had this opportunity.
Okay, great. 4 years, 25 years on the police department. Wow, that's a long time to work for somebody.
Well, that people don't want to do that sometimes anymore. But frankly, the next 20 years at the Juvenile Detention Center was harder than the 25 at the police department.
Yeah. I can imagine. It was. We used to go to the detention center a few years ago, and see the boys once a week, and it was real hard going in, seeing those kids come from some difficult situation and get in some difficult trouble,
really do.
And then you can't. Your heart pours out to them.
Well, many of these kids came, as you know, came from a really tough family environment, and one of the things I preached about all this violence in our community, we can't police our way out of it. The mayor can't fix it. myself and the council, we can't fix it. This is a spiritual problem. To have a strong community, we've got to have strong families. And we've got to teach our children that they can have a disagreement with somebody and it doesn't have to get violent.
Yeah, exactly.
Reasonable people can disagree about things. And if you can't get along, just don't have anything to do with that person.
Yeah. All right, let's jump right into these questions.
Okay, sure.
All right, first question is, given the modern political landscape of your district, how do you plan to balance progressive and conservative priorities to create policies to benefit all constituents effectively across the board?
I really don't think about it as progressive and conservative or any of it. I just think about working with my constituents because I've worked with every constituent across the board that has contacted me and asked for some advice, for some help. I've been to people's home in Woodland Hills, Alpine Hills, Cherokee Hills, all over my district. And I've worked with them on whatever their problems might be. And I just treat everybody the same. Everybody wants the same thing. Every family in this community wants the same thing. They want their family to be safe. They want an opportunity to make a good living, and they want their family to have a good education. And I've done everything I can to work with people on some of these issues. I've been to people's homes, and they were shocked that I would show up and talk to them about it, or very surprised that I returned their phone call so quickly. And I'm not bragging on myself, but that's what your city council is paid to do. And I think as a whole, our council has done a pretty good job of that. We really have. But I get people that are unhappy about some of the progress that we've made in our district. We're about to have 3 more subdivisions built in the next couple of years. And a couple of them, if they follow through, will be on Hargrove Road East. Now, we've got to have progress, and we've got to have homes for people to live in. But then you have issues with that, too. You've got more traffic. Woodland Forest Elementary School is full right now. So something will have to be dealt with that, with more children. And Teresa Bivens, the principal at Woodland Forest School, is a superstar. Whenever I think about that school, I think of that. But I've done my very best to work with everybody.
Now, you just mentioned the schools. Right. Now, back a few months ago, we had a tax referendum.
Right.
How do you think the failing of that tax referendum will affect the marriage between the city schools and the city, if it does?
Well, we're already giving about $8 million a year to the school system in one form or another, and we're about maxed out, Rodney. I mean, there's other things we have to do. You mentioned you were at the West Alabama Food Bank today.
Yes.
Well, we give a good bit to that, and we give a good bit to many other agencies, and we're working with some issues with the police and fire department right now. And so more money for the school system is might be something we'd like to do, but I'm not sure we have it.
Okay.
I wish we did, but at some point you run out of money.
Yeah. I understand running out of money. I run out of every third of the month. I run out of my money.
I understand.
Okay. We're going to address about some underserved issues because we have a lot of issues in the Forester Gardens area of your district. Many residents in underserved parts of your district feel neglected. Can you share specific initiatives you have championed or proposed to ensure that equal resources distribution and improve infrastructure in those areas?
Okay, you mentioned
Forester Gardens, yes.
Okay, I will speak
that whole
to that
corridor
first. Yeah,
right there.
all those apartments over there. I've been over there. I can't count the times I've been over there. I've been over there with the police. I've been over there with the zoning department. I've been over there with the health department. I've been over there talking to the manager. I've talked to members of people that live there. I've tried to work some things out, but there's only so much the government can do. Yeah. This is private property. We've worked with them, tried to when we found out that like this summer when the air conditioning wasn't working. And I had a phone call recently that someone didn't have any heat. We can go to them then, but they've had a change of management. The overall management has changed I want to say 3 times in the last 4 years.
Mhm.
But the young lady that was managing it was doing the very best she could, and it was just overwhelming. And we went over there one day, and I could tell it was tough on her. And the next thing I know, she'd left. And I haven't been back. I don't know who the new manager is. I presume they have one, but I don't even know that. It's a situation where we have out-of-state ownership.
Mm-hmm.
If you own those apartments, we could go and knock on your door.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very difficult to go to New Jersey or Texas or someplace like that, where so many of these apartments are dealt with, and that people just, I almost say they don't seem to care about Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got a community question.
Okay.
Is it
Speak
possible?
up. You got to speak up, director.
Is it possible that the city of Tuscaloosa, or just not Tuscaloosa, that the city could come in and buy those apartments from those private owners so that the city could have control of it, or something like that?
Probably not. Just to be honest, I don't know about the public housing situation.
Yeah.
Some people have come to us and said, "Why don't y'all just shut those down?"
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
where would
where they
those
gonna
people
go?
go?
Yeah, where they gonna
Wherever
go?
those people go, as bad a situation it is. And I will tell you the truth. I was over there the first time after I got elected. When I went over there,
Mm-hmm.
there was a little baby living in a situation that just broke my heart. I've got grandchildren, and y'all, I went back out to my truck and I cried.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not just making that up, but it's a terrible situation. And there's many of these people that have lived there for generations.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see some of these people have the opportunity to go somewhere else. But finances is an obvious issue. But I don't think it's Section 8 anymore. So some of that's changed.
You have another question.
Sure.
You have a question in the chat from Woodrow Washington. He says, "Have y'all ever considered giving the retired firefighters and police a raise? We haven't received a raise in my 8 years of retirement."
And he told me to ask that question.
Well, Brother Woodrow,
he saw me today. You better ask that question.
see, I am a retired police officer.
Okay.
And we had that discussion. I met with a group of retired police officers recently, and that discussion went on and on and on. But we don't have any control over that. The people that control the pension make a decision financially if there can be a raise. And we got a raise in 2008.
Wow.
I don't really remember it,
Mm-hmm.
but he knows as well as I do that I would love to see a raise personally for
Mhm.
all of us. And I'm afraid one of the issues financially with not having money for other things is we're fixing to have to come up with $8 to $10 million extra a year for our police and fire pension,
Mm-hmm.
so we can keep policemen and firemen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be an issue. And then it'll go to the state, Woodrow, and the state system is probably not going to give us a raise, just to be honest, because we're going to be contract employees, those of us like you and me that are already retired.
I hope you got your answer, Brother Woodrow.
He's laughing. He says, "I know you are retired."
But I want one too. I really do. And if I could snap my fingers and make it happen, it would.
All right, Ms. Faile, a question about infrastructure.
Sure.
With all the infrastructure improvements that came down the line, or forecasting, came down the line from the state with the overpass of McFarland and Skyland and all the other stuff. What do you see the changes that are coming to your district when it comes to infrastructure, traffic?
The traffic and
Because that's not your district. I was gonna say, because we was at Walmart the other night getting out of Walmart. It took like 30, 45 minutes just to get out. But that ain't your district.
You're about the 5th person, including 2 of my daughters-in-law, that have complained about that. But in our district, some of these big projects aren't coming, but we've done a lot. I mean, as soon as I discovered a road when I was campaigning that I could tell you couldn't hardly walk down it because of the potholes. It's off Hargrove Road, about Loop. And as soon as I got elected, I got the street department out there, TDOT, and we paved it pretty quick. And then we gave that street something they didn't have, a stop sign. And then we gave them a street sign.
Okay.
Talk about a neglected area.
Mm-hmm.
Folks didn't even know that street was there if you didn't live on it.
Mhm.
So we've done that. We've been able to pave some streets that have never been paved. They didn't look like they'd been paved in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But that's as far as infrastructure goes. We're working on some of this. Some of the bridges have been inspected and they're okay. They may be old, but they've been inspected. I think it's going to be a big deal to our district when we get the new fire station open.
Okay. Yeah.
That's going to be really in a more central area right there at Loop and Hargrove. And I'm just really excited about that. Something that many people don't think about. If you go from Walmart at Hargrove and Skyland up to the Dollar General at what the city limits are,
Mhm.
you run in and out of the city of Tuscaloosa about 3 times,
Oh,
which
wow.
tends to cause some problems.
Yeah.
Now we're working, and it's irritating to me. It's taken several years to do this, but we're real close to taking that whole road of Hargrove Road into the city.
Okay.
Now, we're not going to make the people that live on the edge there that are still live in the county, we're not going to make them come in the city. But if they'd like to come in the city limits,
Mhm.
we can make that happen pretty easily. But it will do some things about picking up the trash, and if an animal's run over. We had a misunderstanding about who was supposed to pick up a big deer that had been hit, and just things like that people don't ordinarily think about. But that's what we're doing.
You got a community question.
We have 2 questions. The first one is from Tashia. I think I said that right. Tashia Renee. She says, I would like to know what is being built on Skyland right next to my neighborhood near the roadway end.
East, it's a storage building is what it is.
Okay,
It's a storage building. It's going to be a nice storage building. It's going to be gated, and there won't be much traffic there.
It's next to the truck stop.
Next to the truck stop.
Okay.
In 6 months, you won't even know it's there. You'll have forgotten about it.
Then you have a message from Sam L. Crawford. He says, could you have him talk about the uptick in accidents at the intersection of Skyland and Hargrove and what could be done about that area?
Okay. I think he contacted me recently. And I immediately contacted the traffic division of the police department. And the issue there is we can enforce the law.
Mhm.
We can enforce the law there. But any changes to that intersection, it's an LDOT intersection. Skyland, all the lights on there and everything, it's a state highway, and they have that jurisdiction. But yes, we can and have enforced the law there. And I go through that intersection daily, several times a day, sometimes, and it's very difficult.
Is that right there where Hyundai is and the Walmart?
Yes, the Hyundai is
in the Walmart
Walmart neighborhood
gas station. Okay.
Is on one corner, and the Hyundai is
Okay. I know you're talking
and
about.
people drive too fast.
Yeah.
They be
Mr.
wide
Crawford
open.
knows that. I mean, he's aware of that, and I'm sympathetic to that. And a whole lot of the situations we have is because people aren't paying attention to what they're doing. They're driving too fast, and they're texting on that phone, which is illegal, people.
Yep.
It's against the law in Alabama to be holding your phone up like that. So we just need to be careful and do our best to enforce the speed limit and the other situations with the traffic. But I get requests daily from there, from Woodland Hills, from Spring Hill Lake, and other places. And we only have so many policemen to go around.
Yeah.
It's just a simple fact. And I'm not trying to alibi or anything like that, but it's just a fact of life.
All right. And we got a community question.
Okay.
Engaging with the community is vital for effective representation. How have you ensured the ongoing dialogue with residents across your district?
Right.
And what are your plans to increase community involvement and feedback during your next term if you so-called elected?
Okay. For one thing, I've done my best to return or answer every phone call. I've gone to people's homes. But most Saturday mornings at 8:30, and I think people are aware of this, I'm at Jack's on Skyland East. And if anybody wants to come see me, I am there. This coming Saturday, I will not be there. But for the rest of the Saturdays up until the election, I expect to be there.
Now, Jack's finna get a lot of business now. Right?
Well, I hope. But there's a group of guys that are in there every Saturday morning that sit at the table next to where me and some of my friends sit. And they've got something to say every Saturday morning, too. Good guys. they're probably Jack's favorite customers because I think they're in there every morning.
Okay.
But one of them's an Ohio State fan.
Oh, yeah,
You know, you gotta live with it.
Gotta live with
But at any rate, I've made myself available. I mean, my phone number's posted, my city phone number's posted. Rodney, I have recently put my personal phone number on Facebook.
That's terrible.
So I
You
mean,
shouldn't have did that.
I mean, I don't want anybody to be able to say they can't get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had a lady that was upset with me. I hope she's listening because I missed her email.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologized, and I don't think she accepted my email.
Oh, no.
But you know, I talked to the mayor about this, and he said, if you've only missed one email in 4 years, you're not doing too bad. So, and I hate that I missed her email, and I'm sorry I hurt her feelings, but I'm not perfect, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not perfect. But, you know, I as soon as I got elected, a gentleman called me in Alpine Hills, and he said, could you come look at my ditch? And I said, sure. I was brand new. I've seen a ditch. I used to clean my ditch out. And my daddy was big on me cleaning out the ditch. But at any rate, I went over there and I looked at it and I said, well, I don't know if we can do anything for you or not. And he said, well, you know what? You're the first person to come over here and look at it. So I appreciate that. Well, I figured out what to do. And a year later, he got his ditch fixed. And it's not washing away anymore over there. And of all the things I've done, that's one of the most proud things I've done because this guy got his ditch fixed. It doesn't, you don't see it on the marquee, but it meant a lot to him, you know? And that's what we do. We do a lot of little things on the city council that nobody knows about. Everything can't be the Saban Center, but the things that actually matter to people. I've got a good friend in the state legislature, and we talked, and he said, you know, you guys on the council affect people more than they do in Montgomery, quite frankly. And it's true. This is where the rubber meets the road. And I wish I had kept up with how many phone calls and how many texts and so on and so forth I've had. But I've led a life of service all my life, whether the police department, the detention center. And I just feel like the Lord has blessed me to help people, to try to help people. And I'm blessed when I get to help people. I get something from that.
Community question.
Yes, ma'am.
You still with us?
I'm with you.
We good? All
with
right,
you.
y'all bring them questions on.
Okay, so this is more of a comment to what Miss Renee had said before. She said our neighborhood would be directly in the back of this new storage facility. Whose idea was it? Whose idea was it to build this? I think I would notice a storage facility. So to say I wouldn't even notice it in 6 months is a little off-putting.
Well, it may be, and maybe I shouldn't put it that way, but I believe that they're going to be good neighbors. I really do believe they're going to be good neighbors. It was a zoning board issue. It went before the zoning board, about 3 years ago. And then I think it had to go back before the zoning board because the time was up on it. And it's just an entrepreneur starting a business in our area. And if you look there, you've got that, you've got the truck stop, you've got a hotel, you've got, you're going past the interstate, you've got Cracker Barrel, you've got the Taco Bell, and soon you'll have another fast food restaurant there. That whole area is just what it is.
It's a travel area.
Yes, it really is. And I guess that's what you expect out of a state highway. And I understand they'd rather not have it there. I understand. I didn't like it when they built Dollar General in front of my neighborhood. But I'm afraid we go down there 2 or 3 times a week. So we use it.
Yeah.
But we were afraid it would spoil our neighborhood, but now it's of use to us.
Yeah. John, this is a citywide question.
Sure.
This is my last question unless we got something.
That's it for right
That's
now.
it. With the I want to say population explosion the last 10 years in the city. And I know you just been on the board for council 4 years.
Right.
What is the future of Tuscaloosa when you see it from you've been a resident of Tuscaloosa your whole life and going forward, what does Tuscaloosa look like 2035, 2045?
I think in the years to come, our district is going to grow because in some ways the only way you can grow is east out Buttermilk Road. There's some plans for some things out Buttermilk Road. We'll have to see how that works out. But that's the direction we're going, toward Mercedes. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some homes built out that direction. Of course, these subdivisions that are planned on Hargrove Road East are for much of what's going on at Mercedes. That's the idea, that there'll be more things going on out that way, other things that go along with the automobile industry. And I think that's where we're going in a direction. One of the things I get asked about is affordable housing.
Yes.
And these, the people I've talked to with these subdivisions say they'll be starter homes. They'll be $300,000 starter homes.
Jesus.
I know. I mean,
that's my
That's
dream.
1,200 square
well,
feet.
mine too.
That's my dream. I want
Mine too.
$300,000.
I can't afford it. I mean, but that's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
It costs so much. I've talked to developers that were contractors that would like to build less expensive homes. But recently we had a little discussion in Skyland Park. They were building some more affordable homes, but they were small homes.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighbors didn't want these small homes up against their larger size homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that, but there's really two sides of that coin. Can we to build a house, a home that someone can afford, it can't be real big. I mean, it just can't be real big. The first home I had was 1,000 square feet. It was 3 bedrooms. We had 2 children and 1,000 square feet.
That was big back then.
Well, it was a little cramped, especially when the second child came along.
Yeah.
But we were so proud to have a house, you know. And I don't have an answer to it. But this is what I see coming along. Housing growth. I think we're going to have some more businesses. There's a couple of more restaurants that may come to my district for what that means. More taxes through all of this. And I know, for instance, where they're talking about this storage, we'll get more taxes in the city because of this. And we need the tax money to pay for our policemen and our firemen and our environmental services workers. These environmental service workers get overlooked. In the morning, they're going to be back at work, and it's going to be cold outside. And I hope people appreciate the fact that they're going to be out there picking up your garbage, your trash, and your recycling, because it's cold. And some people say, well, that's their job. Well, it is their job. But, I was a policeman for 25 years. It was my job to do a whole bunch of stuff I wish I hadn't had to do. But yes, it's their job, but we need to appreciate those environmental service workers.
Right. Any more questions? All right. Well, Ms. Faile, this is the end of the show.
Somebody just said something.
Right.
Okay.
Miss Renee again, she said, we are hearing from you now because it's time for re-election. You are talking, but not saying much. All
right.
Well, I'm sorry she feels that way. I don't know. I don't have a real answer to that. All I'm telling her is what I know. And I do know this project next to her neighborhood has been in the plans for over 3 years. And it went before the zoning board at least 2 years ago, and then went back before the zoning board. So it hasn't been a secret. And I don't really know what to say about that. I really don't.
All right. Well, Mr. Faile, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to end our show.
Okay.
I'm going to let you scoot over here to the front. No, don't shake my hand yet. Scoot over here to the front. Look directly on the camera. And why should we elect John Faile District 6?
Okay. 4 years ago, I worked really hard to get elected. And I've continued to work hard. Now, I haven't satisfied everybody, but nobody can. There's always issues that we try to deal with and can't. But I've worked with my colleagues on the city council. I've worked with the people in our community. And I believe that you're not going to find anybody that works harder, tries harder. I may not answer all the questions the way you'd like them answered, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's all I can do. And I thank you, and I would appreciate your consideration March 4th. Thank you, Rodney.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, you heard it. John Faile's incumbent, District 6, Tuscaloosa City Council. Listen, guys, he gave his spiel. He talked about infrastructure. We talked about road improvement. We talked about neighborhoods coming. We talked about the underserved areas. He gave his spiel. So it's up to you to go get out. I'm not endorsing anybody, but it's up to you to go do your due diligence on all candidates across all cities and see who would be best fit your ideas and your views when it comes to your district, your city. That's it, guys. We finna go because it's cold. We're gonna try to catch the rest of this game. It's 21-7. Look like Notre Dame. Poe Freeman. I'm praying for you, brother. Come on, win this game. Even though I don't like Notre Dame. Anyway, once again, Valentine's Day Sweetheart Dinner. February the 14th, get your tickets. The link should be in the comments on the screen. Get your tickets today. Go get your boo. Y'all dress up. Come have a good dinner. Let's dance. Listen to some great jazz music by Mr. Willie Jazzanova Davis. I hope if he watching this with, I'm sorry. I didn't. She wrote it wrong on paper. But anyway, get your tickets, $50 in the link below. Get your tickets. Come out. Let's have a great time. Remember, support 1186. They support us so much. Go get your case at all Winn-Dixie stores in the area and Piggly Wiggly stores in the area. Stop by King's Kitchen, get you something to eat. 501 Hallgrove Road, Suite A. Stop by and get you something to eat. We'll be open tomorrow. It's going to be cold, so we're going to get you some hot fish, hot chicken. What did you say? Oh, what did you get? Soup. So get some soup. Oh, we're going to have some soup tomorrow? I just put him on the spot. He's going to make some soup tomorrow. Come get you some soup, man. Great. It's all freshly made, all freshly cooked. Greens are cut, nothing out of can. Ask me how I know. And let's have a great day. Hey, bundle up tomorrow. Kids out of school, county and the city's out tomorrow. So be safe, be careful. If any ice on the road, if you don't have to get out, you're not a non-essential person or work or whatever, stay or tail at home, please. We don't need to see no more accidents, nobody else getting hurt. Snow on the ground, go out and play in the snow, but get back in the house, warm up, come to King's Kitchen, get you some soup, and then walk down that little thing and then come book this event center we sitting in. Shout out to King's Royal Events for allowing us to have this space. And so we'll see y'all next week where our guest will be District 5 City Board of Education member Erica Grant and District 7 City Council member Cassius Lanier. We'll see y'all next week. Tune in for Kitchen Table Conversations. Make sure you like and share. Go subscribe on our YouTube channel.